Hello everyone, Gebatron here. This video is a look at some of the stuff that will be dropping in Update 13, aka Burning Snow, to Hell Let Loose on Tuesday, December 6th. Now I did get permission to record this footage and use it for content, as normally you have to agree to a non-disclosure agreement to get into the PTE. So no funny business here, this was all on the up and up. Furthermore, I do have to say that this is PTE footage and it may not be representative of the final Update 13 release. However, we can learn a lot about what's coming soon. I also have 5 Hell Let Loose Steam keys I'll be giving away. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment telling us what your thoughts are so far for the Burning Snow update, and end your comment with the word key. So an example on the screen here, I want Flamethrowers, key. Also, this giveaway has nothing to do with YouTube or its affiliates. This is between you, me, Black Matter, and Team 17. The winners will be chosen at random, and we'll talk more about how to collect them at the end of the video. So what's been on the screen is just some of the new winter uniforms, and of course what the Flamethrowers look like for the US and German teams. The Soviet level 10 support does not get a flamethrower, but they do get Molotov cocktails. I don't have any footage of me using the Molotov cocktails, but I did get killed by some, so we'll see that later on. Here's our first look at the Kharkov map. At first glance it resembles Foy, however there is a larger concentration of buildings and structures along all of these major roads, and that's going to lend itself to some dirty fighting. These are going to be the best avenues to advance along most of the time. You'll also notice a lot of waterways and bridges, which may funnel vehicle traffic through certain areas. While the Kharkov map is a lot of open ground, it looks like it could be a good map for AT mines despite that fact. We were losing river crossing, so I decided to spawn at the West HQ and move north on foot, which will give us a look at how these areas along the roads look. So a lot of cover and a lot of buildings here, which is going to be where a lot of movement and fighting will take place. Not all of the buildings are open, but enough of them are so that you'll have to be very careful. Clearing buildings is the Flamethrowers and Molotov's specialty, so you'll likely want one of these on your side while moving through these areas. A lot of fences and scattered trees, so I'd advise moving up with armor support if you can. There is still a lot of terrain features and trees and things like that in the areas without buildings too. Like here we can stick to these trees to move up, making us harder to see, and the road ditches are depressed too. Here's a good example of a bridge that traffic will probably still need to use to move quickly. On most other maps, you can't place mines directly on bridges, but it's still a great idea to mine these approaches. This guy's placement here is a little questionable, but he's got the right idea. Listen to these steps in the snow. They sound off to me, and the sound was something I had issues with throughout this PTE. The sounds just did not always match up with movement. Hopefully this gets ironed out. Here we're back in an area with some buildings again. More cover, some friendly war crimes, lots of nooks and crannies. You're going to want to be thorough when clearing and moving through these areas along the roads. We make it up to St. Mary, where there is this large church. This is a tough area to fight around. You're going to have to surround this church and squeeze the enemy in, or just hammer in from one spot, but either way it's going to take some coordination. We struggled to take it in this match. Now granted, this was a PTE and we were all spending as much time playing with new toys as fighting, but this church is in the middle of an area heavily populated with buildings and cover. It also has the advantage of height. Be ready for a fight here. Man, that was a really long walk just to get domed in the end. Here's another view of the church from the opposite side.
Medium tank.
And here's a little bit of fighting over the bell tower. Another change coming in the update is how environmental fire will affect players. If you get too close to this fire, it will hurt you and eventually kill you. I think this is a great step forward in making the battlefield simply a more dangerous place to be, bringing it more to life. Players will have to be more aware of their surroundings than before. Here's our first look at the flamethrower. Similar to the MG, you have to aim the flamethrower before you can shoot it. No firing from the hip. It will temporarily light a flame anything it hits in the environment, and that fire doesn't seem to care whether you're friend or foe, so weapon discipline will be important. The fire set by the weapon seemed to burn for about 10 seconds or so. It also appears that the flamethrower only has a range of about 20 meters, so it's best kept to close quarters combat. I decided to spawn at a HQ to get a better look at how the flamethrower works. The hints here let us know a lot more about it. The flamethrower ammo depletes as you fire it. It's indicated here at the bottom right. Glow gets in the way, but you can see it depleting as we fire. Once we run out, you can refill at any explosives box. I assume any ammo drop too, but I did not get a chance to test that specifically. Once the update drops, I'll make more videos as to how all these things work in detail. Remember, this is PTE footage and it could change. Here's our first look at an enemy Jeep, specifically the Soviet one. We get some more info via a hint here. I get the impression the devs put a little more time into their hints in this update, and that's good. Always good to read these to learn more about how the game works. Here my fellow war correspondent, SoulSniper, comes along and we test some stuff out.
Hey, SoulSniper, do the flamethrowers destroy vehicles?
Let's find out. Yeah!
Nice work, guys.
So we find out that the flamethrowers can destroy Jeeps at the very least. My guess is they work on trucks too, but we'll have to wait to see if they work on armor. Big thanks to SoulSniper, and you can check out his channel at the top right. Here's a disturbing clip of a comrade getting hit with a Molotov.
Oh my god, that sounded awful.
And here we find the burned body. That's pretty hair-raising stuff. Here's a good example of some of the issues I was having with sound. This Russian soldier sounds like he's taking one step, but he's really moving much, much faster, and I get killed because I was surprised. The sounds just weren't matching the movement. There were environmental issues with FX too. In this example, we have a destroyed Kubelwagen. You can hear the fire sound FX, but the visual fire is missing. So there is some polishing left to be done. Here's just a look at a more open area of Kharkov.
That's up to you. I've not seen anything up here.
Now let's take a closer look at the Jeeps, specifically the Kubelwagen. It operates like other light vehicles in the game. F to get in and out, E to start and stop the engine. More to read here in the hints area. I can't say for sure about all the Jeeps, but the Kubelwagen at least has 4 total seats, 3 passenger and a driver. It also carries 2 small ammo crates. I think these are half the size of the ammo airdrops, but we'll have to wait and see for sure. You drop them by using the right mouse button, just like the supplies from the supply truck. These things are fast. The Kubelwagen goes 40 to 42 kilometers per hour, depending on terrain, and it accelerates very quickly. It gets a little hard to steer well at that speed, but they do seem to handle terrain pretty well. Here we don't have any trouble navigating the railroad tracks. Here's the clip of me getting hit by some Molotovs.
The Jeep sounds like... Oh shit! Yeah, that's the wagon, I can hear it. That was very different.
The Kubelwagen is just way too loud right now. It's hard to hear anything other than the engine while driving one. Here's a couple clips of us using the Kubelwagen in a manner that really highlights its capabilities. We go to babysit some supplies until our officer can spawn in. Once he does, we go pick him up and bring him to the supplies to build a garrison. Once the garrison is built, we use it to quickly move to put pressure on St. Mary. All done very quickly. It's unclear if the vehicle limit is going to change to accommodate the Jeeps, but I highly recommend using these to move quickly across the maps, especially commanders and other officers.
Hell yeah, mobile infantry.
That's so fast.
Oh shit, so fast.
Then the PTE ended like this for me. So a lot of good stuff to be looking forward to, but definitely not perfect yet. We still got some time to fix it up, and there will always be a patch or two after the update to polish it a bit. I usually play Hell Let Loose in 1440p resolution, but I wanted 4K footage for this video. I had VSync turned on, so I can't talk too much about performance, but the game was locked in at a solid 60 FPS for me, even with the fire FX, so I'm hopeful the fire won't be as big of a hit on performance as I had previously thought. Okay, so this video is going out the 1st of December, and I'll give out the 5 Hell Let Loose Steam keys on the 5th of December, so the day before Burning Snow drops. Simply comment on the video and end your comment with the word key to enter, like shown here. Winners will be chosen at random. If you win on December 5th, I will reply to your comment telling you that you won a key. At that time, you have until 10 p.m. US Central Time to send me an email. My email can be found by going to my channel page and clicking the About tab. Then click on View Email Address in the Details section. Send me an email with your YouTube username and comment, and we will go from there. What do you think of Burning Snow so far? Make sure to let us know, and make sure to enter the giveaway by ending your comment with key. Please do all the things that help the algorithm. Subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.